Hi there guys, what's up? My name's Matt, I'm an economics graduate and Big Four qualified accountant, and today I'm going to talk through my favourite tips and tricks to avoid coming across like pestering Peter or nagging Norman when it's a case of trying to track down and request information that's actually going to allow you to do your day job. And importantly, we're going to do this without playing the I'm an auditor card because, well, I'm not about that life and nor should you be unless your name's Karen. Just as a really quick bit of background, during my professional career since graduation, I've had two proper jobs. Firstly at Deloitte on the audit graduate scheme, and secondly my current job in transaction services carrying out financial due diligence. And what both of these roles really have in common, my current one possibly less so, although it is still a factor, is that you continuously need information from people to be able to do your own job. This information is obviously coming from your client in the case of an audit, or the target business in the case of an acquisition. And it means a lot, like a lot of pestering people to send you things, and you can really get on their nerves if you're not careful. Sure, some of the things you're going to ask for are probably really easy for the other person to provide, but others are going to be way more complicated, way more time consuming on their behalf. Either way, constantly asking people for stuff is really not going to endear you to them at all. And it can often be quite a difficult balance to strike between actually getting your job done and pissing them off through the number of requests and chases that you're sending. And to be fair, I can entirely see it from their perspective. Imagine if you had a friend or whatever and they only ever got in touch when they wanted something. Your patience would pretty soon wear thin. And unfortunately, this is just one of those curses that you've got to deal with when you embark on that audit life. So without further ado, here goes my key tips to minimise the extent to which you're an annoying pain. Tip number one, and this is the most important, try and build some rapport with the contact that you're actually dealing with. If you're going to have any success in this realm whatsoever, it is crucially important that you do what you can to make the other person want to help you. I'm not saying waste their time with wooden chat about the weather or whatever, but if you get the opportunity to hop on a call with them, then be chatty, be smiley, be friendly, and do what you can to make them see you as a likeable individual and not just some sort of accounting policeman that's pestering them from the other side of their computer screen. For me, it's really important to keep at the forefront of your mind that you're only ever actually dealing with people, even if it is in a professional capacity. And if you're able to come across well, they are far more likely to prioritise your request and go the extra mile for you than if they can't stand dealing with you. They're going to keep putting you off and push you further and further down their to-do list. And to tie this into an actual emailing tip, it's just the importance of keeping in mind being as personable as you can at all times. If you've been able to gauge that the person you're dealing with is receptive to more chatty language during your written conversations, then certainly run with things like, let me know if I'm being stupid, but ... Can you confirm ... just so we can get one more thing ticked off the list. I'm glad we've finally been able to suss that one out. And then in addition to these sorts of phrases, the other things to keep in mind, which will hopefully keep you in the good books, are making use of clear and concise wording, which doesn't allow for any misinterpretation and doesn't waste their time in terms of giving them an understanding of what the point of the email actually is. Do not presume that your email is the most important that they're going to receive that day, and certainly don't write it as such. Be really conscious of when you're actually sending your emails. I know deadlines can often be really tight doing these sorts of jobs, but sending across a huge long request list on a Friday night is very unlikely to be well received. It's also really important to make sure that their confidence in you is maintained throughout the process. So rereading your emails to make sure there's no stupid typos is a pretty good tip too. No matter how nice you are, if they think that you're an idiot, that's only one step away from them treating your requests like a load of rubbish too, and this is really not a place you want to end up. And also never ever say thanks in advance at the bottom of an email. Way too presumptive, and I'm pretty sure that is not how gratitude is supposed to work. It's also 100% worth keeping in mind that everything I've just mentioned will simply not work and not be possible with some people for whatever reason, whether that just be their own personality, their own predetermined opinion of auditors, or sometimes actually the level or the difference in terms of seniority between yourself and some really big cheese at a FTSE 250 company. They're just not really going to be receptive to your friendly chat. And in these circumstances, unfortunately, I'm not sure I can offer you much in terms of words of wisdom. It's just a case of grinning and bearing it and hoping that your luck turns when it comes to moving on to your next client. But I think that is pretty rare. In the vast majority of cases, people are really open to having rapport built if you go about doing it in the right way. But anyway, that was a little bit of a whistle-stoppy type tour. Hopefully been helpful for you guys. Any questions, queries or comments, drop me a note down below and I will certainly get back to you. I'd love to chat. That's everything from me today though, guys. All the best till next time. Stay safe and bye bye.